Hey, hey, James. James, are you getting me?
Hey, yeah, I can get you now.
Okay, cool. Man, thanks for joining. We just started and we are here to take through our brother who will be having his interview in 2 days. So um the rest of our team members will also join in case of any questions or if they have some other insights so they can contribute. So right now I'm going to take him through this short presentation, and then later on I'll invite you so that you can give him some insights about the interviews there in Russia, how they are done, or any tips you can give him. It can be of help. Does it sound
All right, I'll be waiting.
okay? Thanks.
Hello.
Man, I saw your name was Bichu. Bichu, is that how it sounds? And yeah, it's different.
Yeah, that is actually my nickname. Biju Chuchu Bachu.
Okay.
Biju Chuchu Bachu, eh?
So
a name
it's
from
cool
the
if I
Congo.
call you Bichu, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, the issue is like this. I was invited for admission interview. Just like at university, they also call it admission interview.
Yeah.
So I actually have questions. What is the difference between an admission interview and a scholarship interview? What's the difference?
Admission and scholarship.
Admission interview and scholarship interview. What's the difference?
Okay, like for Art University, it's normally one. So
It's
what
normally
they
one.
do,
Yes.
you do the admission interview, but for them they look for you. If they see that you are qualified, they get for you the right scholarship. You get. For them, it's
Oh,
just to see
okay, I
if
get
you are
it.
qualified to join their institution. And then they themselves, they will now allocate you to a specific scholarship, the one that fits you. That's what they do at Art
Oh.
University. So I don't know if it is the same case there in that university.
They also provide scholarships for international students.
Yeah, it's just for you to get admitted if you are qualified to join their institution.
Okay, so it means that people that will fund the education will come in later.
You saying?
The interview will just see if I'm qualified to join the school.
Yeah.
Then people that will fund the education will come in later.
Yes. So I think it's them
okay.
to see now if they can get for you or if you will apply again in a different way. I don't know which criteria they use there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. So we can get started. My name is Titi Nelson Longok, the founder of PovArts Foundation, as you know. So our aim is to take you guys through interviews, share links with you, and in short, to mentor you so that we take you from step one until you make it. And also we are free from, in case of any questions, you can always reach out to any of us. And yeah, so it's a pleasure now for me to take you through this interview preparation. So we divided this presentation into two. There's that part for before the interviews and after the during the interviews. So there are some specific things you have to do as you prepare for your interviews, and those ones you have to do during the interview. So there are two different things. Like right now, from after this meeting, after the meeting and before the meeting, before the interviews. So from now to the 18th, there are some things you have to do. And also during that 18th, there are those things you have to do.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing, it's you to have the idea of the institution, the university you are applying for. You should know some basic information about them. So that one you can do by researching about the institution such that you get good idea.
Yeah.
Like you have
Research about
you
the
know,
institution.
yes, you know what you are
Okay.
talking about, because they can
All
ask
right.
you, why do you want to apply for this university? So if you don't know about the university, then you cannot answer that question. And then after
Okay, sure,
you've
sure.
made your research, you now practice on how you can answer the questions. There are some sample questions we have researched, and in fact, they are the common ones. So we
Okay.
got them, and we'll see later. So after you've researched and you've known those questions, you now practice on how you can answer them. Then get to know your
Yeah.
interest and passion.
Okay, interest and
Because
passion. Okay.
yeah, the interest and the passion, because there they can ask you what your passion are. And if you have not known yourself for quite some time, it will be difficult. So it's now you to take this chance, or these 2 days, to summarize those things. You get to know what are you really passionate about. And I know you already know them, but you can put
Yeah,
them
sure, sure.
in order before, because normally there
Yes,
are
yes, sure.
common things they ask. And they can also, you also have to do, why do you think like this question? It's like it's the common one. If you haven't researched,
Yes,
as
sure.
you said before, you cannot answer it. They can ask you, why do you think the college is the university you're applying for, that Chumen, is the best place for you? Because there are a number of universities and scholarships. So why that specific university? So you should know some unique things about that university, like the good side of it, and so that you can align it with your interests and the goals, all that.
Okay, sure, sure.
Then another thing, it's you reviewing your personal statements. All those documents
Okay.
you did before, you review your applications, what you submitted, you should have them. You should know them before. A second. It's like there are some people who want to join, those team members. Give me a second
Oh,
to.
okay, okay, okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. So after you have reviewed all those documents, so it means it will even boost your confidence, because you know what you are talking about.
Okay.
But if you have not reviewed them, trust me, you will not have that confidence, and you'll be doubting yourself. And that one, it's not recommendable when you're going for an interview. If you are not confident, you will mess up. So it's very important to review them, to review your documents before joining the interview, and know your strengths and
Okay, okay,
weaknesses.
sure.
This one is very common. They can ask
Okay.
you, what are your strengths, or what are you going to bring, to contribute or bring to this university? So basically, they're asking about your strength. So this strength is
Okay.
something related to the goals and mission of the institution. So you should try
Okay.
to see how you can put them together, like such that they match. And about the weakness, when you tell them about your weakness, don't just tell them your weakness like that. Like you tell them, and also tell them if you have a plan on how you can work on that weakness. Because if you tell them you have a
plan on how they can help you to improve your weakness.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Because it will show them that you are aware of yourself and you are working on that specific weakness. But
yeah,
if you just tell them like this, my weakness is sleeping a lot, and you sleep a lot, and you don't have any remedy for that or a plan towards that. So basically they will tell you, so if you come to this university, you'll be just sleeping. You see, so you should give them a plan or what you have been doing towards that. Or if you have got some improvements, you can also tell them. And also there are some other weaknesses as well, which okay, it will be a weakness to you, but to other people, it's not a weakness. It will be effort for other people. For instance, you say like your weakness is helping other people. Normally you waste most of your time, you dedicate most of your time helping other people, such that you forget more about you. So it's a weakness, but at the same time, you are helping other people. So doing that way, it's a weakness, but it's also beneficial. So it's, yeah, that one it's safe if you say such things, and also how you are working towards it. And another one, it's practicing the questions, practicing with friends or in front of a mirror. It can also help. Before you go for an interview, you can get some friend like that roommate of yours, and then you tell him, hey bro, can you see how I'm going? If it is cool, or if there's something I have to improve, so that you work on it before that interview. So basically it can help you work on your weaknesses, and you will improve before the interview. So that means during the interview you will do it to your best.
Okay.
And now that's before the interview. So during the interview, what you have to do, the most important thing is it's enthusiasm, like you having that energy. When you have that energy from the interview, it will show them that you really have interest about that specific thing, that university, or maybe a position you are applying for. So it's good to have that vibe during the interview. Be happy and have energy and show the best version of yourself. So yeah, they're saying be yourself during the interview, and also don't just be yourself like that, but show them the best version, like they improved you. You get the point?
Yes, I'm getting the point.
Yeah, like you show them the best you, not just you, because generally it's like when you make a first impression in the interview, it's very important, like how the interviewer will see you at the very first second. It's very important. So that's why it's important to have that vibe, the energy, and you showing the best version of yourself. That will appear in your how you talk, how you respond to the questions, and also how you address, you carry yourself throughout the interview, and also how you dress. It can tell.
All right.
Yeah, and keep a positive attitude throughout the interview. It's just the same thing, the vibe, as we said. In case you come across something that makes you feel bad, don't show the interviewer that you are feeling bad. Just keep the energy and keep going.
Sure.
And highlighting your qualifications. you should highlight them and be specific. Like once they can ask you why this and this. So you should be brief and to the point. And when they ask you a question, don't just give them like points. Try to make the interviewer understand. That's by elaborating and explaining, give instances and based on yourself, your experiences. It's very important than just you pointing this and this. Like when they ask you a question, you give short statements and yes, no. It can't help. So try to
It has to be elaborative.
yes, you elaborate it and to the point. Don't over talk again. You will even forget what you are saying.
Okay.
Yeah. And another interesting thing is asking thoughtful questions. This one is very important because it will indicate your interest. Like maybe you can ask something related to what you are talking about. In this case, we are talking about academics, the education. So you can ask the interviewer, maybe say, do you think there are other chances of me furthering my studies when I join if I'm selected to join this university? So you saying such things, it will indicate that you have the interest, and the interviewer will see like you really have plans of even the future. So it's important to ask such kinds of questions, not just any question, but related to the context. You get the point?
You get point.
Yeah. So, as we said before, here are some of the questions that you can. Yeah, they can help you. Like you can also research about them and how they approach them. If you have time, you can go to Google, search how they like after the meeting. Because we said you have to research more before the interview.
Yeah, sure.
If there is some question that you think you don't really know how you can answer it well, you can go to YouTube as well or Google, and yeah, you will understand how they answer such questions. Like for instance, this one, how will the program help you? So you have to go to the website to their website so that you get more information about the university and what they offer. So doing that way, you will know how it can help you. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Here, they want to know if you have a vision or if you have a plan.
Future plans.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what they want. What are your plans after graduation? Yeah.
Yes.
Generally, you have to answer questions according to their mission and vision, all that. So that's why it's important for you to visit their website and just go through everything so that you know more about that university. Why do you think you are the best student for the program? It's also related. It's also related to the information about the university. Yeah, but here they're asking you what makes you unique from others so that they select you. So you should be able to answer that. I hope it's clear.
That's very clear.
Yeah. Why will you be different from the rest? So it's basically your qualifications and what you have.
Okay.
How will you manage to stay away from your family if selected?
Okay.
This one I think this one is not difficult for you because you are in Zambia now, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, so you'll answer that. And Nia Amo, how do you describe your personality? Which aspect of the university interests you most? What are the what are you most passionate about in life? Now, when working in a team, do you tend to take the lead? How does this role align with your long-term career goals? What do you think is the most valuable skill for economists to possess? That this one is like mm, specifically for economists, but it can apply to anyone. So you can just
Okay.
replace with what you applied for, and you will answer that. What qualifications do you all that make you a good fit? This is
Okay.
what we just talked of previously. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And also don't forget to be taking notes during the interview. It's very important.
Taking notes.
Notes. You taking notes during the interview. You can take your pen and book and all that.
Can
Because
you go with a pen and the notebook?
yes,
It is okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it's okay because they will see that you are serious and it will motivate them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So why do you want to attend this university? We said that. Why do you want to study this course? So these are the things you should know, because you should have a meeting with yourself so that you answer those questions. What achievements are you most proud of? Here they are talking of your greatest achievements.
Okay.
So yeah, everyone have their own stories and their achievements. So try to choose the one that you think it's related to the university.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you to the university and their goals and mission. Yeah. Why do you like to do what do you like to do in your spare time? These are like hobbies, right?
Yeah, sure. Hobbies and
Yeah.
talents. Yeah, sure.
So that's the end of our presentation, and right now we would like to invite James so that it takes you through, and then later on you will now ask us the questions. Then
Okay.
we call it a day.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
How are you, sir?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is it good evening? I don't know.
Good morning, good night.
In my
Anything
country,
that
it's
works,
afternoon.
yes.
In my country, it is afternoon. Zambia.
It's 15 hours, right?
Yes.
Here it's morning.
There, it's morning.
You are Kasongo, right?
Yes.
Kasongo. What's the first name?
Asiel Eme Mubarak Kasongo.
Bichu.
Is it even a Zambian name, Wakasongo?
It is not. I just learned in
It makes
Zambia.
sense.
I just
Yeah.
learned in Zambia. Yes, yeah, sure. You yourself,
Right.
you are Zambian?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. You are in Russia?
Yes, I'm studying in Russia right now.
Which course? Which
Architecture.
program? Pardon? Architecture.
Architecture, yeah.
Oh, okay. How were you recruited? Did you pass through AHEAOSB?
Yes.
Oh, now for me it is different.
Mm-hmm.
I applied through study in Russia. Then they
Yeah, of course, I
invited
understand.
yes, then they invited me for interviews. So that process is a bit different, huh?
Yeah, of course, I understand that. I've got actually a friend who did just that. Did you go through Russian embassy?
Not
Oh,
yet.
not Russian embassy. Russian Cultural Center.
Russian Cultural Center. Not
That's
yet.
where you'll be doing your interviews from, right?
No, it's online. It will be online.
Which entity will be interviewing you?
It is Tyumen State University. Yes.
To many state university. Oh, I see.
She
That's
went.
interesting.
Yeah, sure. So now I don't because I didn't pass through because I didn't pass through that scholarship board for Zambia. So I don't know if it's okay.
It works actually. Scholarships in Zambia are like this. They're in two parts. The first one is the Higher Education Loans and Scholarship Board. Okay, it's like this. It works like this. First of all, the Russian government gives out scholarships. Let's say for this year, the Russian government releases 1,000 scholarships, okay, to Zambian students, to Zambian people. Yes. That means the government, let's say the government of Zambia says, out of these 1,000 scholarships, we are going to sponsor. Scholarship is already a sponsorship, but then the government says we are going to sponsor maybe 200 or 300 Zambian people. It means if the government says we are going to sponsor 300 people through the Higher Education Loans and Scholarship Board, it means they are going to buy for them tickets to and from the airport, like going to the, not to and from, well, from Zambia to to Russia, for example.
Schools.
Yeah, to their schools, exactly. They're going to buy them tickets, even give them a settling allowance, okay? But then, how about that 700 scholarship that remains? Okay, that is where these other entities comes in. For example, there are entities like the Russian Cultural Center, the Russian Embassy, the direct contact whereby you applied, for example, you applied direct to the Russian study in Russia. There is that website, study in Russia, then you apply direct, and then the university picks you. Exactly. So it's just a two-way thing. For those that apply directly, it means you're going to have your tickets bought for yourself. Like you're going to buy for yourself the ticket.
Okay. That's how it is.
That is what it means. That's just the difference. The Higher Education Loans and Scholarship Board, if it is them, it's like you are under their wings. It means they're going to buy for your ticket, okay, and even a settling allowance. But these other, it's the same scholarship. It's only the services that are different. But then if you're going through these others, for example, in your case, it means you are going to buy the tickets, of which it's all right. But when you come here, the Russian government will be settling you with a stipend. Only that in our case, the stipend goes with your marks. So there is a time whereby you don't even have a stipend.
Okay, I get it.
If the marks are not very good. And then at some point, you even get expelled if you carry too many subjects. But yeah, that's not an issue because that's you can go through. We can manage. Everyone manages here. So on the part that I was told, how many minutes do I have, Nelson, so that I don't waste much of the time? How many minutes should I take? Nelson, we can't get you.
Oh yeah. No, as so long as we take him through, it's okay.
All right. Okay, so let me go then direct to why we are here. Usually you wrote a synopsis, right? A study plan.
A study plan?
Did you write a study plan? Yes.
Yes,
were you told to write a study plan or a synopsis?
No, I was not. I just wrote a motivation letter.
A motivation letter?
Yes. That's what they asked me to write.
Okay, yeah, I think it's an issue of translation whereby these guys mostly they use direct translation. So the thing is this, that they're going to use it. It's one of the things that they are likely to use. It's not like they're going to use it like mandatory, but they're likely to use it. The next thing is the knowledge about where you're going. You're coming to Russia. And by the way, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's the hardest part has already been headed over. So it's only the part of interviews. So congratulations in advance. So
Thank you very much.
apart from that letter that you wrote, the next thing that you're going to look at is you're coming to Russia. You have to have at least ample knowledge of where you're going to. Things like
Yes.
you know, the flag of Russia, you know, things like that.
Okay.
What course are you going to
Okay.
pick?
I applied for economics.
Okay, that's
Yes,
great.
but they
So
told me there is 1 year. They told me that there's 1 year preparatory program.
yeah, of course. Yeah, the
Yeah,
thing
sure.
is, when you come the first year, it's
Yes.
how do mandatory. You have to do 1 year. You have to do like non-quota. Do you know natural sciences how they do it in ATB and UNZA?
Yes, I
Yes.
do.
So the first year, you're going to study the language and the courses that pertain to your course, like mathematics, advanced mathematics. Okay,
Okay.
you're going to do
Sure.
courses, business courses, yeah, just to prepare you to your main course, which is the economics. So now
Okay.
the point I'm trying to stress is they're going to ask you things like about Russia. No,
Okay.
yeah, for example, the flag, you have to know those basics. Russia, like the next thing is like about Russia that relates to your course. They are not going to ask you about buildings. Like me, I was doing architecture. They asked me about buildings. What buildings do you know in Russia? Because I'm doing architecture, I'm supposed to be a student of architecture. So at least I should know something like that. So for you, it's something that has to do with financial status of Russia. I don't know how you study, how you research if you're researching something economically related, but I don't know,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
banks, maybe the largest bank in Russia. I don't know. Anything, of course, for you
Right,
to
right.
take economics, you must have some passion about it. So you know how to
Yes, sure.
maneuver through the thing. Yeah. So try to find things that are related to your course about Russia. Okay, just don't
Okay.
just take it to just try to understand something about Russia. Then
Okay.
in that letter that you wrote, okay, there
Yes.
are things that you expressed, the points that you expressed. Okay, like for example,
Sure.
I'll give an example in my statement that I wrote in my study plan. There was a statement that I wrote that I want to study in Russia um, because most architects that we have in Zambia, the work that they produce, they result into disaster. So when I was called for an interview, they told me that, can you shed more light on this statement? You know, so I was in a situation to defend that point because the way it came out as if I was trying to belittle the architects of Russia, of Zambia. Okay.
Yes, sure.
I
Yeah,
haven't
sure.
even
Yeah.
gone to Russia, but already it's like I'm insulting my country. So I'm supposed to be in a situation to defend that in a very, right way, so to say. So I gave her
Right way.
examples
Okay.
like in my city, I used to stay in Luansha. I gave examples of a building that was, after finishing, it looked like a skyscraper. After it finished, they said this building can't go any further because it has a crack. You can't open it. When they said like next month we are supposed to open the building, they said you can't open it because it has a crack. If you look at that crack, it's not even a big crack. Maybe it's something like this size. Okay, they said you can't
Okay.
open the
Yeah,
building and
sure.
everything. So I said, I try to put examples. So same applies. Things that you put across. Maybe you wrote about your passion, how you feel about certain things. Be ready to defend those things. Okay, be ready to defend because
Okay.
they are
Yeah,
most
sure.
likely. I'm not saying they will ask you, but they're most likely. Just be able to defend your statements. Okay.
Okay.
Then
Sure.
yeah. Then apart from that, the next thing that most of the things he has said, uh, you know, something about interviews is do you know this principle? This is what I can just say. When you go to a place or when you are doing something, do as if it's your second time to be there, like you've been there before.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Like, the reason why I'm saying that is, of course, it's normal to, to shiver, your heart to beat
Few neighbors
fast.
about
It's
it.
normal. All these guys you're
Okay.
seeing here, I'm sure they've had that thing, when you stand for the first time in front of people and they're about to decide your fate. It's normal to have that quiver in your voice, to have, and they know also it's normal for you. Your phone is shaking. If you're using a phone, it's normal. Okay. Just push forward. Like, just be calm, just be calm and express yourself as much as you can.
Okay.
And yeah, but for Russia, how about the language? Have you thought about the language? The thing is, in Russia, like when you come to study, everything will be in Russian. So probably they are going to ask you if you have taken any Russian courses, because some people mostly like I said, those guys that go through, for example, the Russian Cultural Center, they do some courses at the Russian Cultural Center, then they get some certificates, then they are picked. Yeah, they apply and then they are picked and something like that. So probably, have you taken any Russian courses?
No. Actually, during my application, there was a question about that. So it was a yes and no answer. So I put no.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Personally, have you taken any Russian courses? Personally, have you learned anything?
No, I have not.
Okay, that is all right. It's all right. It's not like after when you come here, you're going to learn the Russian things. It's just by the way. So,
So
in your
I wanna know something.
question.
I wanna know something. Courses are delivered in Russian or English? Courses.
The teachers that teach Russian, they don't know English. They'll be teaching you Russian in Russian.
Okay. But
yeah, if you are lucky, maybe the teacher will be using the Google Translator. So yeah, but in most cases, if it won't be online, just know that they'll be teaching you Russian in Russian.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, most teachers don't know English. So just what I can say is you have to know basic things like how to say hello, just hello and how are you? Maybe even my name. Try to look that up on YouTube. Things like
your name there. Your name there.
My name. Oh, this one it's Chapoloko.
Yes.
Know, wait. Chapoloko.
Chapoloko.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to know just the basics. You don't need to know any Russian. Like I said, you have to know something about the country. That is something that is very important. You need to know where you're going.
Yeah,
and
sure.
The most likely this one I can recommend, they're going to ask you about Russia, and they might ask you, so what do you know about the language? Okay, because it shows the interest. If you can say hello in Russian, even if you don't say it, they'll know that okay, he tried to learn something. Okay, like hello, yeah, there are things like Privet is the simplest. Privet, then there's Здравствуйте, like hello, and even your name, Minyaza Vote, Asieo, for example. Yeah, just try to look that on YouTube. They will explain. It's less than 5 minutes. You already know. So just try to know something about. Even now, the university. Why do you want to go to that university? Research about the university. Look it up. What is so special about studying economics in university?